thought it was a really interesting discussion about mass customization, but also what it means for the entire industry, how we collaborate as a profession of architects and also with the construction industry as well, and also with the client to be able to give them the customization that they are ultimately looking for and what this actually means overall.
What do you think actually came out today that perhaps you weren't expecting?
I think it was an interesting look at different scales, particularly in the residential sector. There's a lot of focus on the sort of one end user, but when we're looking at a sort of a mass housing scheme, there's often a lot of debate about who the end users are, and also they kind of don't tend to be one person, they're more of a collective team. So how we engage with that as a architect is sometimes quite challenging in terms of getting the right level of customization for what they're looking for, but there is a huge amount of different levels to the customization themselves, so being able to pick and choose something that the client wants and being able to feed that back into the design is something that really needs to happen at a very early stage and with all parties involved as well.
Some mixed views on 2D, 3D architecture. What
I'm all for 3D. I think it's the way forward. I think in terms of being able to use it as a tool more efficiently, I think 3D just gives you the speed. It's something that you can, in some cases, build straight from as well, and also there's so many different channels that you can use 3D with, so VR, for example, to be able to give the client that instant viewpoint on what they're actually seeing is what they're expecting to see. And I think the sort of uses of 3D are still very much in its infancy, and I think there's a lot more development to be coming from that in the future as well.
And how do you see mass customization actually manifesting in real life examples in the future?
I guess, again, I think it depends on the sector that we're working within, because customization goes through a huge range of things, but ultimately if someone's wanting to pick and choose components and adapt it to a custom-made chassis or something to that effect, there's such a range of possibilities that can come from that architecturally I find it quite interesting to find out what that landscape is going to be, with sort of peppered things of customization along, and also how that works together as a society, and how we care about our built environment when it looks like a patchwork of individual components is something that is quite exciting.